Ladies and gentlemen, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Earlier today, Johnson Muthama, who is the UDA national chairperson, addressed the media right from his office. And in that address, Johnson Muthama made it very clear that there is no binding agreement. There is nothing like any signed document between UDA party, of which is the chairman, ANC party of Musalia Mudavadi, and Ford Kenya. Which begs the question, what did Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula signed with William Samoei Arap Ruto? Because you remember after the NDC, and Mudavadi was very clear that his party members allowed him to sign those documents. The next day, you also remember Ford Kenya holding a meeting with its parliamentary group meeting and NEC to ratify the decision to join hands with UDA. So the question is, what is really happening? Is UDA party betraying Ford Kenya and ANC party a week later? Because there is no way Johnson Muthama can call for this meeting. And because in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, let us go back a bit. On Saturday, the Standard newspaper carried a headline. And in that headline, they gave Kenyans details about the agreement which was signed between the Deputy President and Musalia Mudavadi. And in that agreement, William Ruto was to become the presidential candidate and to choose a running mate. Musalia Mudavadi was to become chief minister, and he was also to be given some 3 additional cabinet secretaries. Weta was to be given the Senate unopposed, and Bungoma governor, and Trans Nzoia. But after that news came out, UDA party, through the Secretary General Veronica Maina, came out and dismissed that report. And I remember Ben Washiali also dismissed certain parts of that document, but not wholly. According to Washiali, what happened was that he was very specific in Kakamega that there was an agreement that UDA was going to produce the gubernatorial candidate for Kakamega, which is Boni Alwale, and then Malala was to retain his Senate seat. And I was like, why would Musalia Mudavadi cede grounds in Kakamega? And Washiali added that at some point he was even approached to be the senator, but Ruto and Mudavadi prevailed upon him because of the plans they had. So the question is, why would Muthama call for a press conference as UDA to dismiss that report? Because in a working coalition arrangement, the 3 parties would have called for a joint press conference and released the statement, which means there are certain things which are going on at the background. So in this video today, I want us to look at the objective of Johnson Muthama's statement, what it was intended to achieve. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us get back to the main issue. What did Musalia Mudavadi sign? And what message is Johnson Muthama trying to send to Musalia Mudavadi supporters who believed that he entered into a comprehensive agreement with the URP party, with UDA party? What message are we getting? In my view, the objective of this particular press conference by Muthama was intended to achieve 5 or 6 objectives. The first objective is to address the issue of running mate. You see, the fact that the issue of running mate emerged and that UDA was going to take it and give it to someone from central Kenya is really affecting Musalia Mudavadi and his politics in the larger Western Kenya. So I want to assume that the main objective why Muthama called for this meeting is to assure ANC supporters that there is no such agreement, that we've not arrived at the decision on who is going to be our running mate or the presidential candidate. Musalia Mudavadi yesterday was also very clear that William Ruto is not the automatic presidential candidate. And I was asking myself, why was that in the first place? So let us wait and see. But I think it has to do with everything to do with the running mate, so that the dwindling fortune of ANC party in the larger Western Kenya region can actually be salvaged. Because if Musalia Mudavadi is not going to be a presidential candidate and is not going to be a running mate, then there's nothing is going to tell the people of the larger Western Kenya. Probably they need time. So they'll start that, okay, they'll start that there's no agreement, then they'll start negotiating, then explain to Kenyans why probably they can't have a running mate from the larger Western Kenya, and why that running mate must come from the larger Mount Kenya region and the benefits. But as at now, everybody is speculating that the running mate is not going to come from the larger Western Kenya, and they were like, why would he even leave One Kenya Lands Movement or even NASA if he's not going to get any other thing from the other side? So I want to assume that it is in the best interest of Musalia Mudavadi that these guys called for this particular press conference. But number two, which I don't think is in the best interest of Mudavadi, is the issue of zoning. The issue of zoning. According to arrangement, UDA will not field candidate in some constituencies. In Nairobi, for example, UDA is not supposed to field a gubernatorial candidate. Where do you place Margaret Wanjiru? You go to Kakamega, they're not supposed to produce some candidates. You go to Bungoma, where do you put someone like Didmas Baraza? People who have been campaigning. You go to Nairobi, there are specific constituencies, like in Westlands. ANC party is insisting that they must get Westlands. Already, UDA has a candidate there. So these candidates are actually the people who are complaining. And they are complaining bitterly that they are going to move to other parties. So I think the statement by Muthama is actually meant to cool them down, so that Mudavadi, Ruto can go back to the drawing board and figure out how they are going to manage the nominations in areas like Nairobi or Western Kenya without zoning. Those are the realities. Because UDA has really spent a lot of their time, money, and resources campaigning. Then you come from nowhere and you tell them that in Western Kenya, we are not going to produce a candidate. I mean, is it acceptable? So the supporters of UDA are complaining across the country. And that's why Muthama called for this particular press. And number three is concerns about UDA structures. The truth of the matter is that ANC party is ANC party. UDA is a UDA party. William Ruto and his team have really invested in membership recruitment. They've really invested in creating structures on the ground. Now they've done that, then you come from nowhere, then you give Mudavadi and the team leeway to do whatever they want. In Western Kenya, when they were in Bungoma, I saw another lady who was complaining bitterly that they were being ignored, they were being pushed, while in real sense it's them who has managed to put UDA where it is from the time UDA was formed, when nobody was willing to sacrifice for UDA party. So those concerns, the structures, are they going to use UDA structures or ANC structures? So UDA as a political party is concerned that if they were to favor, because if you look at the way the campaigns are even structured, Musalia, Mudavadi and Weta are getting a lot of airtime at the expense of original UDA supporters. Number 3 is the question about Musalia Mudavadi's real value. Is Musalia Mudavadi adding value to William Ruto's campaign in Western Kenya? Apart from perceptual value, is he adding real value? These are questions which are being asked. And these questions, someone must ask them publicly, so that tomorrow you won't be surprised if UDA will call for a press conference and they'll start questioning the value Musalia Mudavadi is adding to William Ruto's campaign. And I remember on this platform, I once asked you guys that Musalia Mudavadi and Ruto held a joint rally in Kakamega and Bungoma. And I asked you a simple question. Assuming William Ruto alone went and organized those rallies without the former NASA co-principals, how do you think that rally would have ended? Almost the same. So questions are being asked about the real value he's adding other than the perceptual value. So someone like Muthama must come out. Then ANC party will respond. And number 5, I think it has everything to do with money. Mobilization money. That is the big issue. Previously, Ruto would use his money, and those monies would land in the hands of his team on the ground. Currently, the money doesn't land in William Ruto's allies' hands. And that's a very serious issue within UDA party. How are those money being used? Are those money being used to strengthen UDA, or are they being used to strengthen ANC and Ford Kenya? Like in Bungoma, they were complaining that 1.5 million was given to mobilize crowd. I think it's some area. The person who received that money is not a member of UDA, is a member of Ford Kenya. But those money never reached any intended purpose, because probably Ford Kenya does not have a clear structure. So the question of money, because this campaign is going to be the most expensive campaign. You can't just dish out money to Ruto, to Mudavadi's team, to Wetangula's team, without getting value for the money. So I think the meeting was called so that these issues can be ironed out. Number 6, in my view, is suspicion. Trust. This alliance was hurried. That's the honest truth. And because it was hurried, there were no clear structures, checks, and balances. So UDA don't trust ANC party. Maybe they still believe ANC will dump them, maybe go back to Uhuru. ANC don't trust UDA, so they want to do everything because they think this party is going to swallow them. So because of that mistrust and suspicion, which can actually be attributed to what I can call lack of consultation. This thing was kept top secret. And anything which is kept top secret is normally a surprise. Like when Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta had the handshake, it was top secret. And that's why most people from both sides really did not embrace it initially. So the fact of the matter is that there was no consultation. Ruto, Mudavadi engaged their teams at a very higher level. So most of these people just realized a day two that UDA and ANC are likely to form a coalition. So most of them are like, why do we go for Mudavadi and not Mudavadi and not Kalonzo, for example? Why not Moses Korea? So because there was lack of consultation, I think now what they're doing is to allow consultations, people to talk, then they can agree finally on the way forward. I don't know what to think, but that's my take. Again, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. To the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. because without the support, this channel cannot be where it is. So please subscribe, give the videos thumbs up, share the content, drop your comments, and then from the comments, please, I would also want to read what you think. I'm going to spare my next 2 hours reading comments. In fact, I would suggest that you suggest for me what to analyze. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.